I thought this was going to be easy. Holy cow. I actually don't understand anything. Alright, let's just start building it out, and we'll figure it out along the way. Man, you think you understand something until you actually have to build it out, and then you realize you have no clue what the hell you're talking about. Good morning, guys. If you guys are doing well. Oh, we'll close the window first. I should also start recording from my mic. I'm already a mess this morning. Okay, now finally, good morning, guys. Today we're going to be building an LSTM in Excel. Just probably look at the camera the whole time. Today we're going to be building an LSTM in Excel. Before we build it though, I kind of just want to quickly go through what an LSTM is again for me, and then I'll try to explain it for you guys. Again, that video from Brendan Rohr I think is phenomenal. So I'm just going to quickly give it another watch because there are a few technical stuff I just want to pick up on and see where to put them. Yo, I didn't know Microsoft was coming out with a new laptop. This is exactly what we kind of wanted. Oh, now I gotta get this. Yo, that's insane. I need to get one. That's not what I came to YouTube for, but interesting. Anyways, I'm here to learn about. This is why I don't like YouTube that much.
History of what you've had for dinner, and you learn how to predict what's going to be for dinner tonight.
Yeah, I don't quite understand this part. The reason why I don't understand it is, so the neural network makes a prediction, but then it seems as if, and this is the memory section, so it's predictions, we go into memory, but it seems as if there are two places that it enters the memory from. One is from here, and then one is from there. So yeah, unless this is the memory section, and this is what controls forgetting. Oh, okay, wait, never mind, I think I got it.
Some of them, here's a gate right here.
Okay, so I kind of understand what he's talking about here, but there's still a lot of stuff that I'm fuzzy on, so let's just jump into Excel and see if we can build it. I am a little concerned though, because so this is the recurrent neural network that we created, or this thingamajigger here represents that recurrent neural network, and then these up here are other neural networks as well, and so we need to build those into Excel. Then we need to train them. Yeah, all right, yeah, this might be a little messy, but we'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. If it's too messy and it just gets too convoluted, then we'll just jump straight into code, which I don't mind at all. But yeah, I mean, so can't I move? The heck? Is it a limit? It's a dumb whiteboard. But yeah, so essentially what an LSTM is if I pull up our recurrent, where'd I throw this thing? Okay, I think I lost it. Oh, here it is. Actually, you know what? Let me just draw a new one. So actually, you know what? Let me just go through what he has, because I think this is a pretty good enough drawing. Our RNN is represented by this structure here, and so all we're really doing is we're just adding a few more gates to allow the neural network to have memory and hold information for longer in the future. So the current LSTM, it only goes by what's current and what happened one time step before. Now, you can build more layers into it and get it to maybe look two or like a few time steps back, but not really too many. And that's where the LSTM comes in, because it incorporates something called a memory gate. So that controls what it keeps in mind for many time steps in the future. It also controls what to ignore, and it also has a selection gate as well, so it can start filtering out predictions that may not be appropriate. So it's like an RNN, but just a more advanced version of it that allows us to remember more of the past and what has happened in the past, and then take action based off of that. Let's try building it out in Excel. I have like 15 minutes, so I'm definitely not going to finish it today, but let's at least try it out and see where it goes. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll actually just pour through and see if I can find a working example of someone who's done this in code without libraries. So I found a few pieces of code, and it seems as if how they've structured it is that they have their RNN library, and then LSTM is built into that RNN library, or LSTM is just an extension of that library. How in the world does backprop work for LSTM? I thought this was gonna be easy. Holy cow. actually don't understand anything. All right, let's just start building it out and we'll figure it out along the way. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just duplicating the RNN that we had. The reason being is because, sorry, I was just thinking about like moving my camera over here and then like taking a look at the screen there, but whatever, it's fine. Reason being is because most of the, or all the code that I'm taking a look at, an LSTM is essentially just an extension of an RNN, which makes sense based off of Brandon's explanation of an RNN. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to duplicate that, and that did not duplicate. Let's do that again. Make a copy. Make a copy. Okay, there we are. Zoom in a little bit. It's easier to read what's going on the screen. Let's do that. Yeah, let's leave it at that. How far is too far when zooming in? Is that enough? Okay, let's do something like, let me try this out and let me see what it looks like in post-editing, or editing, post-editing. Let me go through this code line by line, see what I already have, and then build out new things that I don't already have, and then we'll just go from there. So I have our input. This is our input. Oh, wait, no, hold on. The difference between a cell state and a hidden state. Let me read through this. Okay, so I think I'm beginning to get a better understanding of it. I think that if we take a look at this, which is a much cleaner version of my drawing, essentially what we're doing is can I use my pen? Or will that movie? Oh, yeah, I can use my, oh, beautiful. I never knew that. So what we're doing is we're replacing this hidden state with an LSTM, and that's essentially what it is. So again, this whole thing here is the recurrent neural network. And all we're just doing is we're just replacing this with a LSTM cell. And an LSTM cell is essentially, this is just a much more complicated way of looking at what Brandon did. But I guess that's it. I don't know why I'm so confused. Maybe it's just putting it in code is just kind of confusing me a little bit. But yeah, so you have what controls your inputs to the cell state. The cell state is essentially just our long-term memory. So you have the inputs to the cell state. You have something that controls whether or not that cell state forgets things in the future. And then you have the output, which actually starts selecting stuff from memory, from your long-term memory, and adds them to the output. Okay, feeling more confident. Let's go back to Excel. Okay, so I mean we don't need this because again in Excel you don't really need to define arrays. You just put information wherever you want to put it. But now I know what the cell state is for. I know what the output is for. I know what the hidden state is for. I know why we have a forget gate, why we have an input gate, why we have a cell state. And then you think you understand something until you actually have to build it out, and then you realize you have no clue what the hell you're talking about. Okay, so essentially this section here is what needs to be, what I need to change. Go ahead and add a few columns here, new columns. Some of these columns, what I'm going to be doing is, I actually have no plan for this. This is very, very messy. It's going to be a very rough log, but I actually have no clue how to do this. Okay, I have 15 minutes. Let me just build out something. If it doesn't work, we'll redo this tomorrow. I just need to start building something out. So let me first build out our cell state. So just call this cell state. So the cell state itself is the memory for long short term. So before I do a cell state, let me just do an input gate. I'm just trying to figure out, guys, I'm very, very lost right now. Fine, screw it, whatever. I'm just gonna do whatever comes to mind, whatever I can muster and figure out. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Nice. Okay, so let me just go line by line. So what's our input size? Our input size, we have 4 bits that we are inputting for each of the letters that we have in our alphabet. And then in our output, what we're doing is our final output. What we're doing is, the hell is this stupid thing? What we're doing is we're also outputting 4 letters of the alphabet. So when it says here that we have our input gate is our output plus input. What the heck? So we have the input gate, and pretty much all the other gates are like this. So let me just go ahead and copy. Oh my god. Let's go ahead and copy this. We have our input. Is the cell state like that too? So we have the cell state. We have our forget gate. Then we have our output gate. So I need one more of these guys. Okay, we now have our different gates. So how the hell does this work? I at least want to get forward prop at least halfway done or something like that. Okay, so what it does is that it feeds the LSTM with the current X and the prior X. I need more space. And this code is very, very messy. I can't follow it. Okay, 4 more minutes. Let's see what we can do in 4 minutes. Okay, so in time step 1, we have our current input. I'm so confused. Don't we start with the input gate? Or why do we start with the forget gate? Fine, whatever. I guess we're starting with the forget gate. It probably makes sense at the very end, so just go ahead with what they have now included at the very end. Okay, so what we do apparently is we take our forget gate, we multiply our forget gate, which is a 4x8 matrix, by self.x. And so self.x, okay, so actually we do input into LSTM. So input into the LSTM will be the output from the previous time step. This makes no damn sense. Okay, but like this makes no sense because my hidden state is this. This has a vector size of 3. My actual output. Okay, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna look for a better resource. I really can't understand anything these guys like. I cannot understand this. I look for a better resource. I guess we just wasted an hour this morning. I'm actually kind of pissed, but whatever. So I'll look for a better resource, and I will see you guys tomorrow because I'll probably spend most of the night either looking for a resource or trying to edit and make sense out of this useless vlog for today. But whatever.